1967 collective, we're here to dominate.
Conversations with Broker Brad, we're back. Welcome back. Here we are. Again, we have a new guest this week that I'm excited to talk about and for people to kind of get to know and see and stuff like that. So without further ado, Justine Belt. Justine, come on down, Justine. My hope, let's see, can you hear it?
I can.
My hope is that as people are watching this, their reaction will be, who on earth is that?
Right.
Don't even
Never
know.
seen her around before.
That's okay. We're going to talk about that today and why that is. So, welcome, Justine. Thank you for agreeing to come on. I found I have to kind of trick people to come to do this, and you know what I'm saying, because not everybody is super enthused about getting on camera, speaking, and whatever else. Even though you look wonderful, so thank you. You always do. But so it's usually gals that have the most issue with the video part because they're like, oh, I have to look. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys all look great anyways. I don't understand as a man. I don't get it. So I appreciate you being willing and game to do this.
Absolutely.
So Justine, let's jump into it. So you have had your real estate license for 2 years, 3 years?
2 years.
2 years now.
2
Okay.
years.
So when we first met, you got your real estate license. What were you doing at that time? What was going on? Why'd you?
At that time, my husband and I own a company that we purchase homes. I don't want to say flip them, but repair them, make them better.
Yeah, rehab them and stuff.
Rehab them, yeah.
You bet. Yeah.
With some friends in Omaha that we work with. So we're just kind of trying to get into the real estate side of it as well.
Yeah, very cool.
And then the intent, I'm still working full time, but then the intent is when I stop working full time that I'll go to real estate full time.
Gotcha. Because you had your full time. You don't have to say your employer or anything like that, but full time. Like, what kind of work do you do?
I do HCM consulting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so does that have to do? I think was it with accounting mainly, or no? Is that a lot of different things?
Yeah, it's human capital management. So I just help with a particular software. Customers that have issues with, it's called Realty Pro.
Okay.
UKG, goes by different names.
Okay.
So there's clients that have problems or want to implement a different module.
Like what kind of businesses are they usually that use this kind of software?
All businesses.
Okay.
All over. From huge to little businesses around the country. And they're actually worldwide. So.
But it doesn't necessarily deal with like a certain industry or something like that, what's more common than others. It's just a lot.
The UKG was actually founded, the owner was into Major League Sports.
Oh.
So their main focus building was the multi-state reporting for Major League Sports.
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
from there, so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because at the time when you got your license, you were working full time for you were a W-2 employee for a corporation somewhere, right? And so did they use that software also?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got involved with it. Yeah.
Even you worked for them for how long ish?
Oh.
It was a while.
16 years. I think.
Okay.
A long time.
Yeah. So it was a while that you worked with them. Okay. Gotcha. So then, do you feel like that as you've started with that consulting business, has it been difficult to gain new clients?
No, because I'm actually a W-2 employee for the consulting company. So
also,
they just feed
so
clients to me.
So they feed them to you. So
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to go out and do business
No.
development and stuff like that.
Nope.
Gotcha.
No.
I got you. Okay.
They
cool.
feed me too much sometimes.
Sure. Yeah. There's too much. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's busy.
So are you working from home mainly, or do you go into an office?
Nope.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
the company is 100% remote for all employees. So.
Oh, how cool is that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So then so how long have you guys lived around here in Lincoln?
We've lived in our current house for about 28 years.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah. Okay.
over 30 years.
Dang. Yeah. Awesome.
Long time.
So it's been fun. So Justine you're unique in a lot of different ways, but one of the fun ways that you're unique is that I've gotten to know, I've met your husband, of course, but I've gotten to know your daughter, Bree, through the most random of ways, right? It's the funniest thing. I could not even believe it. Because when we first started, we had a P.O. box at a UPS store. And it just so happened that Bree worked there.
That's right.
And so she was always so nice to us to help us out, as we didn't know a ton of what we were doing on the business side of things. I felt like, at least sometimes, because she was great to be able to help us out. It's been really nice when we got our office, have our own mailbox. As people, gosh, we tried so hard for people to get our address, but some people just don't. And so we would get kind of large commission checks, and they would show up to the UPS store.
Yeah.
And so she was really cool to like hold on to those for us. I mean, really, according to her job, all she really had to do was probably return it to the sender.
She's a great kid.
So she is. She's absolutely. So it was really fun meeting her, and she was always really nice too. If you can have those people just in general in your life that you can kind of count on, that they're nice to see and nice to talk with and stuff like that, you need those people, right?
For sure.
And so, because anymore, oh man, I feel like that we use AI so much. I use AI a lot, and you go and interact with people at different restaurants, businesses, whatever. It's very robotic. And a lot of times, geez, you go to these. I can't believe it, Justine. You go to these counters at places, and you stand there as a customer right in front of the kid at the cash register, and sometimes they don't say anything.
All right.
They just sit there. And as a customer service person, I hate it.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Yep, I agree.
So again, like to have people like Bree is super cool because then you can have a little bit of normal. I call it normalcy. Probably anymore it's not so normal, but it's just nice to have people like that.
She laughed there. She took a little. Well, she graduated college, so now she's going to be a teacher this fall. So.
No way, really? Does she know where to?
Yep,
Where?
Kohler Middle School. She had multiple offers, and she chose Kohler.
No way, how cool!
Yeah.
So what grade will she teach?
Oh, she's going to be a PE teacher.
No way, she's going to be a PE teacher. Yes. I love it.
Yes.
Oh, how cool
that's
is
her
that?
thing. She's into sports and everything, so that's her thing. So.
Yeah. Now, would you say that, are you into sports? Are you and your husband?
No.
Not really?
I play pickleball.
Oh, are you a pickleball girl? Okay. Where do you play pickleball at?
Actually, at Brianna's old apartment complex, just a little bit north of Mulchaney, usually.
Okay.
Play.
Are there official pickleball courts over there?
It's really nice, actually.
Really?
I think it's for tenants, but
they kind of they make it.
It's open, so you can get in there. And,
Gotcha.
And we used to play with her when she lived there, so.
Oh, fun. Yeah. So do you play with a certain group of gals or something like that?
Just my husband and friends, whoever wants to play.
Really? Yep. Oh, how fun. Okay. Yeah. How often do you play?
Oh, we haven't played it very much this year. We've just been so busy.
Yeah.
Brianna's also getting married.
And her twin brother's getting married. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
So, and had a grandbaby. So, not a lot of time for pickleball right now, but we'll get back to it.
Oh my gosh, that is so
I told you I'm treading my standard above water right now.
Yeah, right. You weren't lying. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Yeah. When is Bree getting married? October. Man, we're close.
Yeah.
It's like 3 months away.
Yeah.
Holy
and they
cow.
just got engaged in April.
Oh, really? Okay.
So let's just get married. They've been together for 4 years. Let's just get married.
Yeah. So, good for her.
So quick planning.
So cool. You're right, but it's quick planning.
Yeah.
Now, are they getting married around here somewhere, or is it somewhere else?
No.
Of course
not. No, they're getting married in Manhattan, Kansas.
Okay.
At the country club because her fiance's brother is the general manager down there.
Oh.
And he got married there and they like it, so.
Well, there you go.
That's where they get married.
Okay. Right.
Doesn't make it easy, but that's where they're getting married, I guess. So.
I'm sure, as a mom, lots of different things. You're just okay, sure, I don't understand it, but yep, that's
not
great.
my wedding.
We'll do
that's
it.
Fine. Yep. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, is her? You said her twin brother,
Brian. Yes.
Brian, is he getting married somewhere close-ish too?
Yes,
or no?
in Lincoln. They were actually going to get married in September.
Oh.
But they kind of waited too long to get things planned.
Yeah.
And they weren't quite as flexible as Brianna was.
Sure.
So they postponed it to next June.
Oh, okay.
But they're getting married at Hidden Valley Golf Course.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Oh, that's easy. Okay.
Much handier.
I mean, it is so different anymore. So I got engaged when I got married, however many years ago, 20 years ago. I know how many years ago. 20 years ago.
Good answer.
So 20 years ago, we got married, and it was very quick. We got engaged over her birthday, which is in August, and then we got married in December.
Yeah.
That same year.
We got engaged in June and got married in August.
It's just
church, wedding, reception in our backyard. That's
Absolutely.
What it was. Very simple.
Simple stuff,
nothing
right?
Dramatic like they are now.
Totally. Well, I mean, because really, anymore you talk to people that are like, oh yeah, we're getting married. Like when? Oh, a year and a half from now.
Right.
Whoa. What? Really?
Because everything books out that far.
Yeah, because that's what everybody does, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, yeah. So it is. It's one of the many things that is so different. But yeah, well, that's crazy. That's super cool. very, very exciting. I know it's like, geez, well then in 2025, what are you guys even gonna do? Everybody's gonna be married and everything.
No, I told my husband, I said, so I got this 12 check boxes. Once you get, I've got 3 kids. All the kids through high school, check. All the kids through college, check.
Got it.
All the kids, good job, check.
Yeah.
Everybody married. I've got 2 boxes left. So next June, all 12 boxes will be checked. I said on June 8th, I'm having a party. I'm gonna be the only one there.
Right.
I'm having a party. So I'm gonna be done.
I love it. Yeah, totally. You deserve it. Oh my gosh, that's totally right. Oh, that is so, so exciting. Okay, so all right. So you mentioned that you guys rehab houses, properties in general. Has that slowed down a little bit here lately?
It has.
It has.
It's
okay.
been difficult to find anything that's you can actually make money on. So
I was gonna say, do you still have people approach you, but it's just the numbers just don't work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think our last one we sold, I think it was last December.
Yeah.
I think it's been a while. Yeah.
The one on Nemaha, right?
Yep. Yeah. Good memory.
Yeah. I remember certain things. Not a lot. Only
it was a cute house when it was done.
That was a nice house. Absolutely. Well, and you really serve as the project manager though, because you oversee all of it.
I try. My husband tries to, but I kind of try to then oversee him. To
totally.
Make sure we got to send this timeline here. And,
right. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what do you feel like has been the biggest, I guess, hurdle or difficulty as you've been doing this so far?
Getting contractors.
Just in general, getting them and then getting them to stay.
Getting to show up.
Yeah.
We're first to give you bids.
Right.
And then to get somebody there and keep them there and then get it done timely.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
I mean, we're pretty cool. We try to be in and out like in 30 days,
right.
45 days maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's always doable. We make sure that it's doable.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge.
It's just hard. Yeah. I mean, and it's been that way for a little while now. I mean, it hasn't. I don't think it's always been that way, but it's been that way for a little while now, though.
Luckily, my husband's very handy.
Okay.
So he can step in and do a lot of it if we need to.
Yeah.
So.
Will he do that? Will he kind of jump in and do little things here and there?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say willing, because that's not always the case, but he does.
Right, but he does it. Yeah. It's got to be done.
Get it done and move on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Well, yeah. No, it is. I mean, so being in real estate for the amount of time that I have been, I've seen it all. I haven't seen it all. I've seen it all in terms of rehabbing, because I have absolutely seen the person that is an investor that buys houses for $20,000 and then resells them for maybe 60 or something like that. So it's like in the grand scheme of things, well, 60,000, that's pretty cheap. But they go in. Oh man, Justine, I think you would be horrified, because you guys, I've seen the stuff you've done, do absolutely good work. But some of the stuff that some of these people do is just terrifying.
Absolutely.
Like calling it a Band-Aid fix, I think would be generous, because it is just so bad. Have you had that yet, where you've actually had to go in and kind of fix others' mistakes, sort of a thing?
Oh yeah.
Have you a lot?
Yeah, even the houses we've bought, it's just my husband will be like, homeowner did that.
Oh sure, yeah.
Fix that, because I mean we don't want our reputation to be bad, that something was bad when we sold. We don't ever want that to happen. So we try to make sure things, if we wouldn't do it for ourselves, we're not going to do it for house ourselves.
Absolutely. So. Well, it's interesting, because I think that as the type of buyer that is out there in the marketplace, especially your millennial and first-time home buyers, they have become very accustomed to finishes and things that are very, very nice, right?
Exactly.
And there's I have some first-time home buyers right now, and I'm like trying my hardest to try to convince them to buy something that they can get some sweat equity in and do something they won't.
That's what we tell our kids too. Yes.
It is so difficult to get them to even entertain the idea.
Yeah. Our oldest daughter, we tried to get her to get a starter house.
Yeah.
They built their house.
Oh,
there's nothing starter about it.
Oh
so
my gosh,
I mean, kudos for them. Good for them.
But I think is what's been nice about that though is that it's almost forced people that weren't necessarily going to do it already, force investors and people that do rehab to do their rehabs very, very nicely and very, very good. Now, people like you that were going to do it already anyways, well, it's not a big deal, but others that were maybe going to try to do these Band-Aid fixes and stuff, it's like, well, that's not going to fly with today's home buyer.
Right.
People want it, and it's so funny because they don't mind paying for it. Not that they have money, but they don't mind going into more debt for it.
Right.
Let's say that. But they do. People want things incredibly nice and incredibly well done. and people are just willing to pay for it. It's insanity.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like that type of rehab or flipper that does these tiny little band-aid type fixes. It's just, I mean, it's hard for them to even survive anymore, which is a good thing.
Right, I agree.
So it's a little bit different in that regard, but so it's the real estate market, especially here these past couple of years, has been changing obviously, and have you ever run into, like, competition wise, I don't know, we call them the We Buy Houses guys. Is that something that you deal with a lot too?
Yeah, we've gotten outbid on a lot
Several
of houses. Yeah, but
usually it's probably hard to know unless people tell you. But like, do you get outbid by a lot of money?
I always go back to the assessor site to see how much the house sold for. Yeah. Sometimes it's only just a couple $1,000, but you just never know.
Right. But sometimes is it a lot of money? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. I mean, again, people have their own money and their own decisions, so you have no idea where their head is at with that sort of a thing. But some people just, it's a lot like any first time home buyer, hell or high water, they want to buy something. Yeah. And sometimes they're willing to pay a ton of money for it. Sort of.
Then you just hope it appraises.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely a problem, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh. So you haven't. So you guys haven't had a property that you have necessarily rehabbed since December. Do you do anything like with rental properties, commercial, anything like that?
We do. We actually have 3 houses we still own that we rent out. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at an apartment. No, like a duplex tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
I don't know what's happening with that one, but we'll see.
So do you find that are they long-term rentals or are they like Airbnbs?
Long-term. They always have a year lease on it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Have you had very high turnover with those ones, or have they stayed in there?
Our longest one is a house that has 7 bedrooms, and it's actually some frat boys that live into it. And honestly, they're our best renters.
Are they really?
Isn't that funny?
No way.
I mean, they're all like engineering, accounting kids, but
gotcha.
But they're actually our best renters, and they just renew for another year.
Really?
They move some out, and then some other ones come in. And
oh, that's interesting. So, but is it just kind of like a word of mouth, like friends tell friends that, hey, there's this house?
So I mean, it's like the fraternity, and then like some of them graduate, and other ones come in, and they can move into.
Oh,
it's not actually a frat house, but just some frat boys that live there.
Do they go to the same fraternity though? They belong to okay. So maybe this is like their off-campus housing or whatever, since they can't. I don't know how those rules work. Yeah, right. But so is that okay? So but is it there's like a lease with all 7 of them on the lease?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. Have you ever had to have the discussion with them yet of? So they probably have the rent split up, right, between the 7.
Yeah.
So have you ever ran into the problem yet with that where one of them doesn't pay? No, they've always paid. It's always paid. Okay.
They're our best renters. Seriously, they are.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that funny?
Because that's always hard for people that or was in my experience with property management, always hard for roommates to understand. If one of their roommates doesn't pay, you guys are all late.
Yep.
It's not just the one roommate that's late. You guys are all late, and so it is the hardest thing for people to understand sometimes. When even if the roommate is not doing it on purpose, they're gone for whatever reason, but still rent needs to be paid, and so people you'll get those notices, and it's pretty serious. But so people don't, they do. They have the hardest time grasping that idea. So, well, that's cool.
They're great renters.
7 people. That's nuts.
7 boys.
Oh my gosh, and 7 boys even.
And a cat.
And a cat. It's not the company cat. It's the mascot. Yeah, it's the house cat. Oh, that's crazy. 7 boys, man. That really you don't. It's something that you don't. I mean, it's kind of universally known. Like you don't rent to college students,
right?
And if they are, usually girls are better than boys, right? Yeah. But boy, great.
I mean,
glad it's working.
They're doing fine, so
right. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's really cool that it's been working out so well like that. So then you did you grow up in Lincoln?
No, I grew up in Fremont.
Fremont. Okay. So do you still have family in that area as well?
My dad lives in Fremont.
Oh, he does live in Fremont. Okay. What is the big lake that's in Fremont that most people go to?
Ventura.
Is it Ventura? Okay. Where there's houses?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Have you been up there before? Do you like it and things?
I have been up there forever.
Long time. Okay.
Yeah, very long time.
But that is kind of a main lake or whatever.
I think there's also like that just south of Fremont. Is it Woodcliff? There's like a lake, I think it's like a skiing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. And there's the Fremont State Lakes are there as well. Like
right. Oh, there you go. Okay.
But that's not houses around that one. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, right. Because it's state owned or whatever. Would you say? I mean, I haven't seen a ton of that Ventura Lake there, but from what you remember, would you say it's similar to like Capitol Beach? Here in Lincoln? Yeah. Similar size and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been there, but probably so.
Is your husband from there as well?
My husband's from San Diego.
Oh, very.
And we moved to Lincoln, Nebraska, right? We followed a girl here.
That's
right.
How
we got here.
That's what you got to do. Yeah, when pretty girls are around, that's what you got to do. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, and it's the weirdest thing because California and San Diego specifically. I don't know, Justine. Maybe like 20 years ago, I would say it's such an awesome place to go. So much fun. It's changed.
Yeah.
It's just not like what it used to be, and it just is what it is. But have you guys been back there or anything recently?
We were there maybe 3-4 years ago. We flew into San Francisco and then drove down the coast with the kids. So different towns and beaches and
that's
actually
fun.
In Mexico. But then we flew out of San Diego to come home.
Really? Oh, that's a ton of fun. Have you guys done that before?
Yeah, we used to do like a family vacation for the kids every year. We'd go somewhere. When you were like on our stereotypical family vacation, like a 14-state tour.
No way. Oh, that's fun.
Just got a big van and then just took off and.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. They had fun.
That's, again, not something you see very much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the road trip thing. It's usually much more. Oh my gosh, so I've got 3 kids. So I've got my 2 girls and my son, and so my 2 girls, they just can't help it. They complain all the time about the places we don't go to.
Yep.
Because they want to go to Mexico and they want to go to Europe and they want to go, and I'm like, or we could go to Denver.
Right, exactly. Are you paying for that?
Right. Yeah.
Does your allowance account for that?
No. Yeah, of course not. No,
I
stuff.
know. Yeah.
So it is. It's a very, very different world in that regard too. So so it's kind of different. So you have been so you've been licensed for just a couple of years, and then as you work full time, and then I know that you've had a ton going on with family and things like that here lately as well. So it is. We don't see you as often, sort of a thing. And which I guess, what is your opinion or how have you felt like in general it is to be more of a part-time agent? Have you felt like it's difficult to do? Has it been okay?
No, I've actually really enjoyed it because I enjoyed the real estate life.
Yeah.
But I can't fully commit to full time, so I appreciate that you guys understand where I'm at.
Sure.
And that I'm just kind of rolling with it right now, and we'll get there eventually. It's just slow roll to get there. So I think I stay on top of everything as I can, and
totally,
it's good.
Well, we appreciate you, but that's something that I don't remember if I told you this story or not, but so when I first got into real estate, I was working at a property management company. And so I got my real estate license because that for me at least was the next logical step in my career path. And so when I got my license, I went and interviewed at some different companies. And at the time, it was mainly 2 companies that were here in Lincoln, and they were the biggest ones. And really, that was the only places that you would consider. They were the ones that taught the classes at the schools, and they were the ones that everybody knew about. You didn't even know there were the other ones in existence. So I went to one of them, and the broker there, who was thought very highly of himself, obviously, I told him, hey, look, I have this job that I work. And so my plan is to work in real estate, but then continue my full-time job until I feel comfortable enough to leave it and stuff like that. And he was not into that idea and very much encouraged me to go somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of a unique experience for me, because that's not typically what you would do. But so I think that ever since that happened, though, at the very beginning of my career, I've remembered that and felt like that number one, I knew that it wasn't necessary to have that kind of opinion, but also felt like I saw the importance of not treating people that way. And so it again, truly, as you look at the people in 1867, but then also across the board in real estate, it is incredibly common for real estate to be a part-time job. And even the people, I tell you what, even some people that this is their full-time job, quote unquote, that sell upwards of $10 million a year are on the golf course 75% of the time. Right? And so it's like, well, what full-time job do you do that?
Right.
So really, are any of us that full-time?
Yeah.
So it's been kind of an interesting thing that Rachel and I have very much taken on as our thing. One of our things is that we're very accepting of that sort of a situation, because you never know when it will change.
Well, everybody has their own path. I mean, we're not all on the same path of life, and so
absolutely
there's twists and turns. And
yeah. Oh, totally.
That's how it is.
Because I'm trying to even remember, Justine, how did you find 1867? I don't even remember that.
I had taken my real estate classes in Omaha. Well, online, but in Omaha. And
yes.
Mark.
Wayner. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
sure, yeah.
He recommended you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
And then with Rachel.
Right. Yes. And we still have him come in and do CE classes and stuff like that. And he's
a character.
He is, and he's like your mom or dad, where they tell the same stories all the time. That's what Mark does. He tells the same stories every single time. You almost want to, like, out of courtesy to him, interrupt him and say, Mark, you've told that story already to all of us, just to be nice, so he doesn't tell the same thing over and over again. But we just let him go. That's okay. So that's cool. So Mark is a good guy. We appreciate our partnership and relationship with him. Anyways, I think that I was going over in my head, right? The things that I know about Justine and the things that I didn't necessarily know, because we were talking beforehand how much I found that in these interviews that's kind of how it goes. So then you got your 2 weddings, and then you said somebody's pregnant.
No, my daughter had a baby.
Had just had a baby.
Grandbaby. Well, she's about a year and a half now. So.
Right, but you kind of helped out with watching her and things too, right?
Yeah, when she was first born, because Kay was finishing up her semester of teaching.
Yeah.
So I watched her for the rest of the semester when she was newborn.
Yeah.
And then every now and again, when mom needs to go somewhere,
Right, then you help out too. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool.
She's pretty sweet.
Sweet. So that's so that has absolutely kept your time. What do you as you and your husband also have a couple other partners that you work with, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as you guys kind of talk and things, do you feel like that there's certain avenues that you try to pursue to find potential houses, or has it all been word of mouth so far?
Well, I watch MLS when those things come on the market. He is in the mortgage broking.
Right, mortgage broker, sure.
So he has lots and lots of contacts. People will maybe contact him with a house coming up between Omaha and Lincoln. So that's basically how we approach it.
Because you have rehabbed a house in Omaha, right?
Yeah, I think we did 3 or 4.
You have done a few of them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, exactly where they were too, but. Yeah. So he lives. Yeah. So he has that market. I mean, that's something too that we have 2 agents now in Omaha. One, Marcy Sprell. She tells me too. Her last name was goofy. Anyways, so Marcy that lives in Papillion, and then we just had a brand new agent join, Joe Horvath, who also is in Papillion actually.
Okay.
But we've been kind of expanding a little bit into that Omaha market. Nice. I actually just got licensed in Iowa.
Nice.
So I have my real estate license in Iowa as we have agents and people that want to work there.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of working on that as well. But did you, as you went through, and this maybe it's kind of too long ago too, but as you worked in houses in Omaha and houses here, were there little things that you felt like were unique to each market with those houses?
I feel like it's easier to find nicer homes that don't need as much rehab in Omaha. Probably just a bigger market.
Yeah. More, sure.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones we've done in Lincoln have needed a substantial amount of work compared to the ones we've done in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like complete guts in Lincoln, basically,
Really?
versus the ones in Omaha.
Versus the ones in
More
Omaha.
just, you know.
Where you've been able to maybe just rehab
Cosmetic.
certain parts of it. Yeah, definitely. Where in Omaha, do you remember neighborhoods where you guys have done those?
Most of them have been, I'm gonna get this wrong, like 138th-ish south
Okay.
area. I can't think of what that neighborhood's called.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
Bellevue. I think we did one in Bellevue.
Oh, there
as
you
well.
go. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah. And that's actually where this brand new agent, Joe, he served in the military
Nice.
for like, 17 years, I want to say.
Wow.
So he was at Offutt for a little bit, but now he just kind of leads civilian life. He's an interesting guy. I did an interview with him, so you'll be able to see a YouTube episode with him. So yes, that'll be fun. So he's a fun guy to know. But yeah, so anyway, so we've kind of been expanding our footprint into Omaha a little bit more and building a network up there and stuff like that, trying to create opportunities for our agents in general, just so that we don't have to be so focused on one area or the other, sort of thing. So it's been fun there. But I tell you what, geez, what time is it even? Holy cow. It's already 1:20. We'll stop there, but this was great. I'm really appreciative that you could come and talk to us. And
thanks for tricking me into coming.
You got it, girl. You guys are all really nice to me. You just gotta roll with my stuff, so I appreciate it very much. But it'll be fun for you guys to get to know Justine Belt a little bit more as you see her around the office every so often.
Never know.
That's okay. That's all right. Then say hi to her and whatnot. But this has been Conversations with Broker Brad. We will see you guys hopefully next time.
We're the kings of real estate. We control the fame.